Hello, I am Adam, and I am making an autobiographical documentary about my experience of having invisible disabilities while growing up in East London, and how I overcame some of the barriers that I had faced during childhood with the right support networks given to me at the time. I was born at the Royal London Hospital, and I am my parents' first child, and I also come from a dual heritage household.
Adam has been a very happy baby and loved by both sides of the family, as he is the first grandchild. Adam has always been a very curious child, and as he was growing up, he had many difficulties. For example, I did not realize that his walking was delayed, and when he was walking on toes, which often made him fall on playground and get hurt, which also meant he couldn't walk for longer. We had to take rest when we were on holidays. So those are just, some smaller difficulties, but there are other things when he was developing. For example, he couldn't cut his food, he couldn't swallow hard food. So I had to make his food softer, taught him how to cut food, and often, for example, he can tie shoelaces, so he's always had shoes with Velcro. He is very curious in the sense he wants to know what's happening next. So he responds very well to routine and structures, and as he knows, he feels reassured if he knows what's going to happen next. And I try to support him with that.
On the 23rd of March 2020, life for everyone in the UK changed, of course, because of lockdown and the measures were brought in to protect everyone against COVID. And that created changes to everyone's routine. And of course, changes to routines are particularly difficult for anyone who's on the autistic spectrum. So I'm incredibly proud of the way that Adam adapted to life under lockdown. To begin with, he was studying A-levels in Chingford, living with his mum. He came to move in with me in April, a couple of weeks after lockdown. And of course, he had to get used to online classes on Google Classroom, I think. And then much later on, we had to start thinking about preparing Adam for university. Now, one of the reasons he moved over here, he moved in with me, is because the University of East London is much easier to get to from my house. And Adam had to, we had to get Adam used to online banking, because he had to know how to take out money, check his online bank accounts, and get used to just managing money in the way that everyone has to when they go to university. Some of the other changes that Adam had to get used to was actually travelling on public transport, because up until university, To be honest, Adam didn't really have to rely on public transport because he could get everywhere he needed either by a short walk or being driven either by his mum or his dad.
I was given speech therapy support when I had unclear speech and couldn't express my feelings to other people or understand other people's facial expressions. As a child, I felt overwhelmed being in a big, crowded and noisy place. For example, when I look at my mother's PhD event family photograph, I am shown to be crying because I was feeling uncomfortable and scared of the unknown faces in the big hall that was too crowded and noisy for me at the time. I am still struggling with social communication, so to help me overcome this problem, I try and take part in small discussions and meet new people, especially when working on 2 projects on a summer work experience placement with young people, where I go out in the community and get other people's opinions based on specific topics. And this helped me build my comfort zone in order to meet new people of my age group and especially to work with professionals such as artists, academics, and staff members. I am more accepting of my hidden disabilities nowadays, so that other people can fully understand and accept me the way I am, especially because I have some good skills and qualities, such as having a good memory, having good eye for detail. Despite facing all my challenges while growing up, I feel that I have had a really happy childhood because my family gave me a lot of love, care and support to help me reach my potential in life, and especially because they took me on many memorable holidays. Also, my grandparents gave me some toys to play with that I enjoyed and liked to play with, such as spinning toys. My key message to the audience is that whenever you come across any young children and people who are suffering from their hidden disabilities, is that rather than considering them to be a problem, you'll give them the right support that they would need for them to reach their potential to succeed in their lives.